This is the Echo Show 10, a 10-inch smart display speaker from Amazon that can track you and follow you around the room. Cool or spooky? Well, that's for you to decide. Let's add some colour. That's better. Now, smart speakers, I pretty much have all of them, well, from the top 3 brands anyway. And if you've watched any of my reviews before, then you may know that I prefer them with a screen. Sorry, Apple. Now, there's more to a smart speaker than just streaming music. And I'll get into sound quality and streaming later on, but first, why have a smart speaker with a screen at all? Well, if you've used one with a screen, you just know. But if you haven't, the visual information displayed on the smart screen just makes your life easier. From your smart home tech to your smart doorbell, lyrics to songs, weather, news, video clips, it's just easier if you have a screen to see to as well as listen to. Now, if you have it in a kitchen, then recipes are easier to follow. If you have it in an office, then something like your calendar, or if you ask for it to spell a word, for example, it's just easier when you can visually see that. So onto this Echo Show 10. Now, there's some advantages and disadvantages to talk about as well, so please keep watching. Size wise, it has a 10-inch screen and it sits in the range above the Echo Show 8 and below the Echo Show 15, which is more like a smart picture frame that you'd hang on a wall. With this 10-inch screen, then it is often compared to the Google Nest Hub Max, which also has a 10-inch screen. Although, in my personal opinion, when I compare the Google Nest Hub Max, I feel that the Echo Show 8 is more comparable and a better match to that. Why not this Echo Show 10? Well, partly because the party piece of this Echo Show 10 is the movable iPad-looking screen that sits on top of this room-filling audio pod. Now, I personally think it is the coolest looking smart speaker. I like the way that the screen sits on this arc around the edge of this pod in a modern stylistic way. Now, the screen is tiltable, so you can find the angle you want, and it does have physical buttons here on the top to control the volume, not that you'd use them. But it also has another switch here to control the camera. Now, the way it moves just makes it feel more special than the other smart speakers. But let me know what you think in the comments. Now, probably one of the main features, and why a lot of people will buy the Echo Show or a smart speaker with a screen, is the ability to make a video call. Now, you can always voice call a non-screen Echo, but if you have a screen, then you can video call as well. And you can also use Skype or Zoom, or just the inbuilt Echo or Echo app on your smartphone, as well as another Echo Show. Obviously, you can see that person you are calling, and the screen rotates and can follow you around the room, still facing you, which is great. If you decide to move and sit in another chair, for instance, the camera also tracks you as you move about as well, zooming in to see you in a tighter frame or zooming out so that all your family can be seen, for example. So it's a bit like a personal cameraman. Now, the screen is a bit like an early iPad with a black border around the screen, or whiteboard on the white version. And as mentioned before, it is tilt adjustable, but it is manual. But the camera will digitally tilt down to follow you if you stand or sit, for example. Now, the resolution, clarity and quality of the HD screen, the camera again, all great. The camera has a camera cover if you're worried about being viewed when you don't want to be, which is something that I wish the Nest Hub Max had, for example. Now, you can also stream Prime Video, YouTube channels like this one. So a quick shameless plug, please help me by liking and subscribing for free. It really does help me make more videos like this one. Thank you. When you speak to your Echo and ask it for something, it turns to face you, which makes it feel a bit more smarter than those other smart speakers. A bit like a personal robot. Now, you can turn this function off or limit the motion, but the ability to track you through the full 360 degrees is great. If you place your show in the middle of the room, on a coffee table or on a kitchen island, and it would suit an open plan house very well. It can be used as a home monitor, alerting you of an intruder, although it won't keep rotating. Once it gets to the end of the motion, then it has to rotate the other way back. It's all to do with the wiring inside. So, what are the disadvantages? Well, think where you will be placing your Echo smart speaker. If you don't live open plan, most people place them on a shelf or countertop against a wall, or possibly in the corner. So the range of movement may not be as good as mentioned before. Now you can restrict how far the range of movement is on the Show 10, but let's face it, the 360-degree tracking is the big design feature of this Echo Show 10, and it's what makes it stand out over, say, the Echo Show 8 and the 15, as well as the Google Nest Hub Max. Also negative is this base. As it is designed to support this rotating screen, it is round and quite a bit larger than, say, that on the Echo 8 or the Google Nest 10, taking up more room on the shelf, desk, coffee table, worktop, and don't forget that you also have to leave room for the screen to rotate as well. But this pod also houses a very good quality speaker, which again, in my opinion, is better than that found on the Echo Show 8 and that of the Google Nest Hub Max, both of which are already good speakers. Now the bass, the mids, the trebles can be adjusted to suit your music and listening preferences, which again sets it apart from the Google Nest Hub Max, which has less adjustment. The clarity is clear and also good on bass for a smart speaker of this size. Now it can also be paired with an Echo subwoofer if you want even more depth of bass, but this is a personal taste depending on what music you like. Now you can stream music from Apple Music subject to an Apple Music account, Amazon Music subject to a Prime account. That also includes free shipping for Prime TV, shipping and Prime TV for less than the cost of the Apple Music account. And you can stream Spotify or digital radio through TuneIn. Now I don't know if it's more to do with the fact that I've had Echoes for the longest time, but Amazon Music playlists also seem easier to navigate through and find the music that you want, and the playlists are good. A good collection of tunes for me anyway. But smart speakers aren't just about streaming, and they're the gateway to your smart home. And this is where the Echo usually has the most integration, but not always. Look at my Cursori air fryer video, for example. As for smart hub functions, the Echo Show has a built-in Zigbee controller, so the need for an additional hub for some of your tech is not needed. Although some devices like your Philips Hue lights, for example, Hue lights will work with this without a hub, but they with limited functions, so I'd still advise you to get a Hue hub with Philips Hue light. Talking of smart tech, again another positive or negative, all depends if you have a smart doorbell. Ring video doorbells, owned by Amazon, will work with the Echo Show, and you get a stream of that video feed, but not the Nest doorbells. The Nest doorbell streams to the Nest Hub Max, but the Ring doorbell does not stream to the Nest Hub Max. It's a bit of an Amazon Google spat going on. So do I recommend the Echo Show 10? If, like me, you have an Amazon Prime account for free delivery of your items, then streaming music to one device or multiple devices, all playing the same music, is free. Or with Music Unlimited, which is discounted if you have Amazon Prime anyway, you can stream different music to multiple devices. Now I have links to those in my description, usually including a free period. With Prime, you also get Prime movies streaming as well. And Prime does pay for itself just for me on the shipping alone. So the music and the movies are essentially free. It's a bit of a no-brainer. Then Echoes makes the most financial sense. If you stream music from Apple Music or Spotify, then you can also stream on the Amazon Echo. If you're looking for your first smart speaker or smart speaker with a screen, then there is little to beat the Echo Show 10, in my opinion. It is first class. If you don't want the screen, then the full-size Echo is a good option, but this also has the built-in Zigbee, where the Echo Dot does not. Now, if you already have an Echo, then the Echo Show 10 is a good upgrade or an addition, obviously budget dependent. But in my opinion, it is the best screen speaker combo at the moment anyway. But if you have a Nest doorbell and are heavily into Google's ecosystems, then perhaps it might be better looking at the Nest Hub Max instead. But for me, the Echo Show 10 is my preferred smart speaker. Now, if you want to see more on the Nest Hub Max, then please click on this link. Thanks for watching.